Okay, so I just need to talk about some things, and I'm like, I'm gonna make a YouTube video about it. I feel like maybe some artists can relate, but the topic of this video that's on my mind right now is art school, like going to university for art. Should you do it? Should you not do it? Pros and cons, like just all of that stuff. And just talking about my own personal experience. This will probably end up being my first video, so I guess I should do a little intro, but on here on YouTube, I go by Hummingbirds Have Strong Wings, and I'm currently in a MFA program, Masters of Fine Arts program. I just started, I think today is like, I don't know, it's the end of October, October 23rd. Yeah, so I've only been here for like less than 2 months, almost 2 months. So still adjusting. The first month was crazy, just so busy, so many events and setting up the studio and everything. What I plan to like make videos of for YouTube is, you know, my own art practice, like studio vlogs, and then also like these chatty videos, I guess, because I just like talking to the camera, honestly, to be real with you guys, and I find that talking out ideas and talking about things is the best way for me to like release it. And so something that I wanted to dive in today on this video is, so I was at the studio last night and I have been like literally avoiding going to the studio because it's just been really stressful for me, because this is like, I guess I would list this as a con for art school. And I felt this in my undergrad and I still feel it as a master's in art student. And it's the fact that because you're getting graded on your work, I feel like it puts this external pressure on the work that you create. And not all people experience this for sure. Like, not all artists. I think some people are really great at separating themselves from that and kind of just zoning in on making their work and like tuning out the noise and tuning out everything else around them. And I honestly envy those people so much. I have like never really been able to do that. And it's really affected me. Even now in my master's program, I've like put off making art so far, even though it's only been the first couple months of school, but still, like, I need to get in there and really make art. And I've been putting it off because, you know, I know that we're getting graded on it at the end of the term. And, you know, like the art that I want to make, the art that I actually want to make is so personal, and I just don't want to have a grade on it, you know? It's like, it almost feels kind of inauthentic or like weird to me that they're grading us on that, especially. And it's actually funny because we did this reading in our grad seminar, and the reading literally discussed how, like, for example, artists who end up having gallery affiliation, there can be this sort of phenomenon that occurs where an artist will start creating two types of work, one for their professional practice and another kind of work that's like actual personal work. And that can even happen in the academic space as well, it mentioned in the reading. And I just like have been thinking about that so much because I felt so like seen by that. And I was like, because that's literally my life. Like, I felt like in my undergrad I definitely made two kinds of work. I made like my own drawings and sketches and my own work and my own ideas, and like I would write lyrics and poems and stuff, and I never shared that within my academics. And then I made art that was just for school. But now at this point, now that I'm in the master's program, I feel like I don't really even have as much time to do that. And also, I'm just at the point where I'm like, I just want to be authentic as an artist, and I just want to make work just one type of work, you know? I just want to make the work that actually feels authentic to me. So yeah, that's a con I would put for going to art school. Another con I would put for going to art school is that I find they try to get you to contextualize your art and like figure out what your art means and why you're making it kind of before you start making. And when I was talking to the other MFAs last night, they actually helped me break past this in my mind so much, because they were saying like, it might seem like that's what they want you to do, but actually like just start making your work. And then even if you don't know what it's about in a crit, like the critiques, just present your work, and then they'll almost not tell you what it's about, but like they will tell you, and by they, like the faculty and like the people that we get our feedback from and the other MFAs, but people will give you feedback and tell you what they see in your work. And then you can, from that feedback, you can kind of pick what resonates and what sticks and what doesn't. Be like, actually, no, I don't think that's what it's about. Or like, oh, I didn't realize, but like, yeah, that actually feels like authentic, and I do think that's what it's about, you know? Okay, so yeah, that's what I would say is a con for art school, of like feeling like you have to contextualize your work before you actually start making it, or while you're making it. Like you should make your work and then wait until after. But part of that is kind of leading into one of the pros I have on this list for going to art school. And one pro is like the sense of community. You know, when I was out of art school for 2 years, once I graduated my undergrad and before I started this master's program, I had 2 years without any art community. And those were honestly the two hardest years of my life, like personal life and artist life. Those were like the hardest years of my life, honestly, guys. I felt so lost. I felt so directionless within my life and within my work. I had no motivation to make work. And I also, I think that, you know, struggling with creative block and not having any artists around you to talk to about it, or to give you feedback, or to give you advice on like how to start making, or like how to get your foot back in the creative, you know, process. Like without having an art community to talk to, it's just so difficult and so isolating. And so that's what I love about coming to art school, genuinely, like just having these conversations and having people that have been through it before, and can kind of talk you through things and give their advice, which is like genuine, real advice that's also helpful for you because, you know, they've been in the same spot that you're in right now. It's really hard to find that outside of art school, I will say. There's definitely like different art communities you can join, or like, you know, if you're a ceramic artist, you can join like a studio, or, you know, any type of artist, you can join these different groups, and have that community not within school. So it's definitely possible. You don't need to go to school to have that. But I just think for me, I wasn't really able to like find those communities in the places I was living. And when I did join some of those communities, there were a lot of like artists who were a little bit older. And I didn't feel like I connected with those people on like life experience as well, because everyone in my program is not like my exact age, but around my age. They're not as old as the people outside of art school that I was trying to connect with were, which also that's great to learn from people who are a little bit older. I actually love having friends that are like literally like 25 years older than me and like my parents' age, and like having artist friends like that is really cool too. But I think just, you know, going to school and having people who are like around your age and have been through the experience and can give you advice, and also who care enough to talk to you about it, is like just so incredible. It's amazing. So that is a big pro for art school. Also, another pro is the facilities. Make use of the facilities while you're there, honestly. Like, there's, especially for us in our program right now, we have access to pretty much all of the facilities, and there's so many different technicians, and like the faculty and the people, the staff who work there are honestly at my school, they're so incredible. Like, I feel so grateful to have them, because they really, all you have to do is reach out and they help you through all of your ideas. And especially the technicians, they help you like actually, I had like we had to install a show in the beginning, or middle of September, and I had a lot of like audio work with my drawings and with my sculpture, and I didn't know how to like install audio in a show. And so the digital technician helped me. And then even right now I want to get more into ceramics, and I need a wood board cut, and I need to cover it in canvas, and then to have a surface to work on in my studio, that the clay won't stick to. And yeah, I can just go to wood shop, and the wood shop technician can cut me the wood and help me out, so that, just like the resources and the facilities and the people to help you at school is like major. And that's why I would also suggest like whoever's in art school, just take advantage of that, because I didn't take advantage of that when I was in my undergrad really as much as I feel like I should have. But yeah, like school has so much cool stuff going on, and like I think this is like a mindset con or pro, but I feel like I definitely used to let myself get so stressed about grades and everything like that, so I wasn't really able to like enjoy school. But now I'm like, I think it's a mindset shift you have to make to kind of zone in on what you're doing and kind of forget about the rest, and also choose like choose joy, choose happiness, choose gratitude, choose to enjoy your program and what you're doing, and just like be grateful for every moment. Because I was thinking about this the other day. I was like, damn, like I'm only in this program for 2 years, and then it's back out in the real world, so I'm like, I want to like make the most of this experience while I'm in it. And I feel like that's what everyone should do. I wanted to make this video because I feel like I've seen so many videos online, just like slandering art school. And I totally get it, because like art school it can be stuffy, it can be draining, it can feel constrictive for sure. It can be insular. Yeah, that's a word. Can be very insular. It can be, yeah, it can be lots of those. People can definitely have very real negative experiences at art school. Even like, the cost, and there's so many real life factors, like, going into debt just to pursue art. Like, I think there's so many real life factors that really can create a negative experience for people within art academia. Although I feel like now, I wanted to make this video to also highlight some of the benefits of it, and I don't feel like those benefits are really discussed enough. And it's like, you don't need art school to become an artist. You don't need art school to become successful with your art practice, or to even develop an art practice. If you're like self-driven, and you just want to make your art, and you don't really also feel like you need to know what it means or care about it, about like contextualizing it, or if you want to keep your art away from the academic space, I think that's awesome. I felt like I wasn't able to get there on my own outside of art school. And for me, it made sense to go back to school, because I was also like burning myself out working outside of art school and like not having any time to make art, even though everyone has time. But I was waitressing and I was exhausted, and then I was working full time, a full time job, and it was just, yeah, it was just so much. So I felt like going back to school and focusing on my art practice was what I had to do. But everyone has a different path, right? And so that's why I wanted to make this video in both pros and cons, because I think it's important to give like a full idea of what going to art school is like, and like the benefits and the drawbacks. And I think at the end of the day, as someone who used to really dislike art school, and now I feel like I love it way more in my master's, even though there's still things I struggle with, like I think I feel a lot more positive about it now. I think it's important to highlight both experiences, and so that, you know, people can make an informed decision about what they should do. And just always keep making art. I think that's the most important thing. Like, that's the biggest mistake I felt that I made. I stopped making art for a long time, and then, you know, the imposter syndrome kicked in, and just this huge hesitation to get back into making art became such a huge part of my life. It was really difficult to overcome, and I feel like I'm only starting to overcome it now that I'm back in, you know, now that I'm in a Master's of Arts program and I have an art community. I feel like they're really supporting me and helping me overcome my own mental limitations. Because I don't know if anyone out there is like me, but like, if I sometimes can't get out of my own head. Like, I get so stuck in the isolation of my own mind, and I like literally, it's just immobilizes me, and I feel like I literally can't move forward. And so that's what I love about art school too, like just being able to talk about these experiences, get feedback, and like have a community that supports you and like wants you to make work, and like you're surrounded by other artists who get it and who can actually give you really good feedback. Like, that is incredible, because like, I mean, if you're just out in the real world and you don't have any artists around you, it is so hard to make work and to overcome these challenges, and to overcome your own mind when you're by yourself. You don't have any artists, you don't have any support. Like, it is so hard. And that's why, yeah, honestly guys, I've been really grateful to be here, to be in my MFA program. You know, pros and cons always, but I'm leaning more to the pros side lately, which is so crazy for me, but that's why I wanted to make this video, to document this. This is like a monumental moment. I'm actually starting to like school. Like, what? I think also there's just the people like make your experience as well. And like, I feel so grateful to have met the people that I've met in my program. So yeah, it's just been so beautiful, so wonderful. Thank you guys for listening to my little, you know, art talk. And yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments about what I said, your own personal experience in art school, or if you dropped out, or, you know, making art in the real world. Also like art community and that whole thing, that whole vibe. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your experiences. I would love to hear from you guys. And thank you so much for watching. See you on my next one.